Passion and energy flowing through the air. Talking stats, plays, making sports a fair share. From hoops to football, every game on the line.
He's trying to get a Grammy. He's going for the Grammy.
We were.
What you're hearing is a Grammy nominated. I know. The Sports Shop. You're going to hear it all the time now.
Let's take this ride.
Let's take this ride, people.
Hear the stories unfold.
Hear the stories.
Voices of the players, their journeys told.
Wow,
from the court
man.
to the field.
Welcome back.
Welcome
back to the Sports Shop. Sports Shop, Risa K. Mack. On this fantastic, fun, funky Friday. But more importantly, you know what the day is?
What is it, K. Mac?
It's Takeover Friday.
It is Takeover Friday,
It's Takeover
man.
Friday. Elizabeth City State University Takeover. Their Blueprint is in town.
That's right. Blueprint's tomorrow.
I like that phrase though. The Blueprint.
Yeah, they going for it, man. They serious.
Man, that's pretty cool. Well, this song is all right with me. I can hear this on every rejoin. Okay, not every rejoin.
I mean, but at least twice a show, though.
At least twice a show.
At least once in the first hour, 8 times, once in the second hour.
Man, he been talking Harry Lyles, trying to get his plays.
That's right.
He's shopping it all over.
He's
shopping it all over.
That's what Larry.
I'm gonna tell Harry to put on Urban Insight. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm working
He's
on.
shopping it all
That's
over.
what Harry does. He moves you from 64, like 64 teams to number one.
It's going up like a bullet.
Oh man, we having a good time.
Yeah.
H-Town, real quickly before we go to our guests, who do you have on? What do you have on the poll question?
So the poll question can be found on X, formerly known as Twitter, through Buzz Sports Radio, the Sports Shop 1. And the poll question: which upset really shocked you? Drake over Missouri, McNeese over Clemson, Creighton over Louisville, or Arkansas over Kansas. And 53% of people say McNeese over Clemson.
Okay, all right.
Well, that makes sense.
Sounds good.
And the coaches will be down the street from us as soon as they lose, which will probably be the next game. But you never know. You never know.
That might be the motivating factor.
My price will go up if I was him.
Hey, look, don't put that on that man.
Yeah,
Don't put that on that man. Don't put that loss on that man like that.
It would be funny if they had such a success. He said, I think I'm going to stay at McNeese State, and I'm not coming to NC State.
Loan the check clip.
Loan the check clip.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who we got next?
Man, we rocking and rolling, man, and they're coming in virtually. Of course, our guy is no stranger to our show. He's actually been on our show a couple of times. Coach Adrian Jones, who is now the new head football coach for ECSU Viking football, man. Coach Jones, good morning. How you doing, brother?
Good morning,
Coach. How you doing?
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Doing great.
Man. And also, man, we got Coach John Richardson, who heads up the basketball team, man, rocking with us as well. And he is on the Sports Shop for the first time. Good morning, Coach Richardson. How you doing?
Coach,
okay.
Coach still typing. He got his own.
How you doing, Coach? Okay.
I think he can hear.
I'm not sure Coach can hear us. Let's bring Coach down A-Town until we figure out what's going on with that. We're going to rock with Coach Jones, man.
Coach Jones.
NCCU, coming out there, the Southern High School, man, getting it in. Coach, let's talk about what you've been doing, man, since you've been down east, man. What's been going on?
Hey man, it ain't been no secret. We've been recruiting our butts off, man. Trying to change this program around.
Outstanding. Coach, getting there, talking about making an immediate impact. You're talking about changing the program and being able to bring a certain vibe. Because I understand what you did at Southern. That's not a question.
And that's Shaw too.
Yeah, Shaw too. Because I know what you could do. Talk about, what's the first thing you want to instill in that program out of Elizabeth City State?
That competitive edge, that's the biggest thing. And we got a good football team. I inherited some good guys. We just want to be competitive. Yep. We're not going to talk about that championship, but if we're competitive, we'll be in that championship. So that's the biggest thing, is being competitive and confident.
Right. So when you're out recruiting and you're looking for certain types of players, you want to be competitive. What's some of the things that you're looking for when you're talking to players? Like, we were just talking with Coach Tanner. She said she gets a request every time she gets, because everybody wants to know how much money they can make. But recruiting football now, going out, you're talking to these kids. What's one of the first things you look for, though?
Well, it's the character is the biggest thing, and the academic piece, like Coach Tanner said. But as we say, we want some dogs. We want some guys to go out there that's going to hunt and do what we ask them to do, and take on that mentality as their coaches on this coaching staff.
So, Coach John, what is your coaching philosophy when you're talking to me as a recruit?
Well, my biggest philosophy is being family oriented. You know, these kids come from far and near, and they want to feel like they're at home. And so we love on these kids. You know, it's a lot of programs that just want the kid for their athletic ability, but when they step on campus with us, it's actually a true love. It's like a father figure or that favorite uncle. So we want to make sure that they're comfortable and their parents can drop them off, and it's that home away from home.
Yeah, talk about the home away from home and being able to, have that kind of spirit and have that kind of camaraderie. What's probably, as you've been bringing kids to the campus, what's probably one of the things, if anything, one of the things that surprised you about their reaction when you bring them to the campus?
Well, when I stepped on campus, I mean, my favorite word for Elizabeth City State University, it's a gold mine. Yeah. You know, it's a beautiful campus. When they step on campus, people don't realize, I'm able to sit in my office and see a football field. There's a lot of stuff that behind closed doors at Shaw University that I did not have. We didn't have a football field. We practiced at a park.
That's
amazing.
true.
Actually,
Wow.
those things that you take for granted. But I feel like I'm at Florida State right now.
I mean, Coach,
You took it for granted.
Coach, I have to be honest with you. You said take for granted. That resonates with a lot of people because you assume you're gonna have a field of practice on.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
That's
You got to have a little bit of ingenuity and just make things look good. And so now I don't have to make things look good. It's actually there for me to be a successful football coach.
Let's bring in Coach Richardson. Coach, good morning. How you doing,
Good
Coach?
morning.
How's it
Good
going?
morning. How are you all doing?
Oh,
Good.
man, we
Fantastic.
finally got it happen. Coach, I know you've been hearing something most of this, but let's talk about, obviously, Coach Jones obviously is getting the football program moving and everything. And I know basketball season's over, but it's probably one of the most important part of the season for you, and that's recruiting and trying to get ready for next year. Talk about that, if you will.
No doubt about that. It seems like, yesterday when the fall was kind of the biggest part of the recruiting calendar, but now, right after the season is over for every school in the country, it's all about trying to fill holes in your roster, and in some cases, re-recruiting, as Coach Tanner said, your own players.
Yeah.
And you need everyone on board. It's a critical time with the transfer portal opening on Monday, and you have to have a definitive plan to ensure success for the 25-26 season.
Wow, that's awesome. So this question can actually be for both of you. I was reading articles, ECSU, even the athletics, on the rise. What does that mean for both of you? What excites you most about ECSU athletics right now?
Well, I believe for me, I'm a Viking, and I've seen this thing basically all my life. The way that our university, starting with Chancellor Edmonds, and how ECSU has kind of just morphed into one of the best universities, and not only in the state of North Carolina, but in our country, especially on the HBCU platform. I'm just so excited just hearing the vision of AD DeBose and the things that that he has provided for us, our student athletes, as coaches, our support staff. And coming from Division One, it's looking very, very similar as we navigate through college athletics, and we're starting to evolve in some of the new trends now, even with just strength coaching and having a multiple trainers, and just enlarging our support staff, things that our student athletes and coaches need. So, it's just an exciting time to be at ECSU, it's particularly being a student athlete at ECSU.
Wow.
Awesome. Coach Jones?
It's like Coach said, it's the people around us. It's the whole supporting staff. I think they welcome me in with open arms. It's a little ways from home, but I am home. I'm excited about being a Viking. The kids, they take on our persona. They're ready to go. Monday will be our start of spring ball, and we're just looking forward to being great each and every day, get 1% better. Just making sure our guys compete and do the things that we supposed to do. But it's the love here. You just feel it in the air. That's one of the reasons why I took the job, because when I stepped on campus, like I said, it felt like one big family.
Outstanding, Coach.
That's nice.
Just following up on that, we got the portal opening for basketball. Then you got spring ball starting for football. Just thinking about that, what's the one thing I should look for from this team to let me know that, Coach, you got your stamp on this team?
You're gonna see an exciting offense.
Okay.
I think they average 13 points a game. In this league, I've done my math. If you can go score 21 points or better, you're gonna win at least 5 games. So, that's one of the things that we look at. Coach Hester, my offensive coordinator, did a great job at Shaw University. We were one of the top offenses in the conference. And Coach DC, our defensive coordinator, who was at Elizabeth City last year, is outstanding. Our defense is going to be good, and our defense is going to make us better. So you're going to see a competitive football team.
Okay, man. Coach Hester, that's Kurt Lawson, Tomana. Son. Yeah. So I know him well.
Yep.
And by the way, Coach Jones, I have a couple of years left eligibility. I played wide receiver at Alabama A&M, and I think I can give you at least one play. What you got?
I think you might can give me one play, but we loaded at that wide receiver position, so you might only get one play.
Hey, look, Coach. Hey, look, Coach. You can slide him on down here with me to tight end. Slide him on in.
I'm more tight end now than I was then.
Come on down.
I'm about a tight end size. You right?
You got a little bit more weight on you now.
Don't worry, though. His finger's still crooked.
I know. That's why. He's right, man. We having a great conversation with the guys that's leading the program, and Coach Richardson, we always say that athletics is a great recruiting tool for the school.
Front door, front porch.
Yes.
And your thoughts on that as well?
Well, I believe that athletics is the most visible department on campus, and our department travels. We're basically traveling up and down the East Coast, with our league, with our non-conference schedule, and it's up to us as coaches to make sure that we provide the right product, the best product, so that when we're in restaurants, when we're in airports, when we're all over the country, that people know who ECSU, who we are, and they can identify with us. And so, it's one of those things for and it's exciting, as an alum, to be able to speak our brand. And that's one of the things that I'm excited about as being the caretaker of the program, is that, I'm always biased. And I was in a home last night in Houston, Texas, where, it's personal, very personal with me. I could tell ECSU story backward and forward because I lived it as a student. And so, I want the potential student athletes to be able to live vicariously through my experience because it was great.
That's awesome. So we're talking to Coach Richardson and Coach Jones with ECSU. How are you both intentional with community work for your students off the field and off the court?
Well, that's a great question, and that's more of an obligation to our student athletes. I mean, you have to have the ability to be able to give back, and so many times that gets lost in our business. And so for me personally, there's nothing like going into a school and being able to read to a particular young man or woman that one day want to be just like our student athletes. And so it gives them hope. It gives them a sense of if he can do it or she can do it, then I can do it. And so you take that very seriously. Obviously, winning would take a big piece of that because people want to come out and see who you are, and that's something that we really really take pride in. But the community, especially in Elizabeth City, northeastern North Carolina, our region, we take that very seriously of being able to be just a beacon towards success and having kids in northeastern North Carolina want to be student athletes at Elizabeth City State University.
That's good.
Man, thinking about that, talking about that experience, and a lot of people that are listening right now, they probably hadn't thought about it before. They didn't think so. They're a junior in high school or what have you. They hadn't thought about coming and be a part of the basketball team program or the football program at Elizabeth City State University. What advice would you give them, and what would you say to them that may be thinking about, maybe I should come to Elizabeth City State University.
Coach Jones.
To be honest, we don't really have to say anything. Guys are calling me begging to come to Elizabeth City. That's the thing that I love about it is we got guys that are walking on our football team that deserve a scholarship. But and it's credit to our recruiting. It's a credit to our athletic program. AD DeBose, the things that he do for our program, and just being, like I said, being that blueprint. We're out here, beating the streets down, trying to find good student athletes, and it's been very easy to recruit at Elizabeth City State University. We have to turn guys away because our roster is pretty much full now. But,
wow,
that's a good thing, Coach.
That's awesome.
That's a good thing.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Hey, Coach Richardson said, "Yeah, I like the sound of that. Let me try that."
No doubt, no doubt.
Oh man, but hey, coaches, obviously, you guys are on because the leadership feels really excited about having you guys part of the ECSU family, and both of you guys relatively new. Be honest with you, so and so we're excited to be supporting you guys, man. Keep up the great work. And can't wait to see how things fall out. And Coach Jones, I'm ready, baby. I'm stretching. I'm getting ready. So just let me know, baby.
He just told me he has no more room.
We're stretching, get a little bit more ibuprofen in.
I'm gonna need the whole doggone bottle of ibuprofen. I go out there.
Oh my God!
Hey, Coach, put me on the golf team.
There we go.
Put me on the golf team. I'm not gonna even tell that lie. I'm not going back out there. I've done that. My fingers are straight. I'm gonna keep them that way.
I know, right? Coach Richardson, Coach Jones, appreciate you guys,
Thank
man.
you
We
so
see you down
much.
the line.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks for having us.
Look,